started stretching them, and I wanted to lose weight, but I didn't follow the right system, and that's what happens a lot of times in our business. People get involved, they get excited, they start talking to everybody that they know, they don't follow the system, and then they don't start having success. Well, it happened to me. I didn't follow a system for a long time, and tonight I want to share with you guys the Inserti system of duplicating your business. One day I took that box where the rubber bands came in. There was a CD in there. I put it on my DVD player, and I started watching it, and I followed step by step by step, and guess what? I started losing weight. It was that simple, and that's the simplest system of just following it, and you're going to be very successful. And that's the same thing you got to do with Inserti International. Once you get started, what is the first thing that you got to do? And a lot of times that's where people get lost. And the first thing that we got to do is you got to have fun. Make sure that what you're doing, it's fun. If you're not having fun, your downline, the people that are working with you, they're going to see it, and this becomes a job, and it gets frustrating. And a lot of times we want to have results from one day to another, and this is a process. You got to get prepared. You got to be on these calls. You got to be learning what the system is so that you can have success. The second thing that you got to do once you get started, you have your product, you're having fun, is find a coach. Find someone that's been in your business. And I'm gonna tell you this. I don't care how high you got to go on your upline. Always look for someone that's been doing the business and it's having success. You want to make sure that you find somebody that's going to teach you, that's going to guide you, that's going to tell you exactly what steps to take in order for you to be successful. The way that the compensation plan works with Inserti, it's designed that everybody gets compensated for helping each other. That's what I really, really love about this company and about our system that we have, that there's always going to be somebody that's going to be willing to help you. The third thing that you got to do in our business is explore your tools. Let me share this with you. For the first 3 years that I was with Inserti, I wanted to reinvent the system. I was always looking for different ways on how to present the opportunity. Inserti has given us great system, great tools for you to share your business. You could be sharing your business with someone on the other side of the country. Use the website that Inserti has designed. We have beautiful websites that are already designed. All you got to do is personalize them. You just got to put your name, your email, your phone, and you can start sharing your business with everyone. And the other beauty part of this is that you also have a store that's open 24 hours. You don't have to worry about sending product, charging people for their products. Inserti gets it to their home door, and Inserti charges everything for you. So it's a complete tool that a lot of times we don't take advantage of, and we don't utilize it to its maximum potential. The other thing that you want to do is you want to get familiarized with the Inserti University. Inserti has developed a university online that you get paid while you're learning, while you're sharing the opportunity. It's amazing how you could start making money from day one. I know of people that go to college, they get in debt, and then they come out of college and they have all the student loans and they cannot find a job. There was a survey that was made that there's 5 people looking there's one job and there's 5 people applying for that job. So with Inserti, you can start today. You can start using your tools. You go to your university and you start learning what the business is. We're going to go, again, exploring your tools. The other thing that Inserti does for us, it's that every Monday night at 8 p.m. we have a call like this. We have a conference call where people can log in through internet or they can log in through the calls. But make sure that you make, when you're sharing with people these calls or these webinars, you want to make sure that you make it exciting. What should they be on this call? You want to make sure that you let them know people are having fun, they're dialing in from all over the world, and all of this is going to create momentum. All of this is going to create for them to want to be part of it. When they hear everybody logging in from all over the world, they're going to want to know what's going on. What is it that they're doing? They want to make sure, you want to make sure they're part of this. And you want to make sure that you allow Inserti International to train your people. In this calls, they're going to know exactly what to do. They're going to know exactly what are the first steps that they need to take, how to present the business, what to say, what not to say. For many years, I took it upon myself where I wanted to train the team. And who better than the company that's going to give us all the insights on how to be successful with their business. So you want to make sure that they're involved with this calls. You want to make sure they're committed to the corporate events, to the corporate calls. And let me share with you why people got to get, or why they got to be committed with corporate events. I'll give you an analogy. Imagine for a minute that you give your son or a remote control car, and it has a full battery. And they're going to be playing with it. They're going to be going all over the place. They're going to be chasing that car. They're going to be having a great time. But what happens when the battery dies out? When the battery dies out, they're going to go, they're going to put that car, that toy on the corner, and they're going to look for a new toy. And that's what happens. If we don't get our people committed to the corporate event and we don't get their battery fully recharged, they're going to put the toy in a corner and they're going to go look for another toy. So you want to make sure that everyone is in this event. You want to make sure they're having fun. You want to make sure they're committed, because trust me, when they're in this event, it's going to really change their lives. Step number 5 that you want to do when you get your business started, you want to make sure that you learn the basic building blocks. Nucerity has a very, very simple system to follow. It's so simple that sometimes we complicate it ourselves. So what is the first steps that you got to take? Again, you got to sign up. You got to go to Power Star. You got to go to Superstar. You got to become a silver. And we'll be talking a little bit more. How do you get to these positions? Why is it important that you get to these positions? The other thing that I want to share with you, become a master on doing three-way calls. I don't know what it is about these calls, but let me tell you, when you start doing the three-way calls, that I made a huge mistakes. For many, many years, I didn't do them. I felt that I could do everything on my own. I felt that I could share the opportunity. I felt that I could share, help everybody and train them. But you want to make sure that you get someone else on a three-way call. Let me tell you why. The people that love you and like you, they're going to hear you out. They're going to hear your opportunity. But for the same reason that they know you, they're not going to follow you. And what do I mean by that? They know that you made a wrong decision maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe you lost your car. Maybe you lost your job. There's different things that people remember. So you want to make sure that you always put a third party on this call. If you do not know how to make the three-way calls, I suggest you go to your courier. Trust me, they will teach you. So you want to make sure that you're promoting the business with someone else that's there with you. And you want to make sure that you become a super knowledgeable on how to use every different phone. You want to make sure that you don't just learn on how to do it on your cell phone. You want to make sure that if you use Skype, if you use Ovo, if you use a home phone, whatever it is that you're using to communicate and to share your opportunity, that you become an expert on how to learn how to use those phones. Again, it's magical, and trust me, it really works. Now, you want to become a superstar, and you got to start on a fast pace. How fast do you want to get to where you're going? How fast do you want to create a check for yourself, for your family? How fast do you want to become a silver? And that's what you want to do. You want to get to silver as soon as possible. You want to make sure, again, when you're building your business, that you get there ASAP. And let me tell you why. When you become a silver, guess what? You're going to get a pay raise on your salary, on your commissions. You're going to get a pay raise where you determine when you get it. I come from the traditional businesses, and I always had people putting a price to how much I was worth. I had someone telling me how much I can make. Somebody put a number per year of what was my salary going to be. Why? So here you have an opportunity that you could do whatever it is that you want to do. So become a silver as soon as possible and get a raise. And if you become a silver, trust me, you can accomplish any rank that you want. The other thing that you want to do is help others. Help others shoot. Again, for Superstar, help them get to silver. And that's one thing that I love about Nucerity, that you help others become successful, and you automatically become successful. All you got to do is help them get to where they want to get. So here is how we do it. You know, for many years, people would tell me, Onofre, get your people plugged into the system. And nobody knew how to explain to me what a system was. But everybody kept on telling me, get them on the system, get them on the system, get them on the system. And this is the system. This is how we do it. When you get your business started with Nucerity, you're going to be on any of these 4 steps. You're going to be on the prep, you're going to be on the sprint, you're going to be on the race, or you're going to be on the marathon. And we're going to talk a little bit about each one of this. You want to be on the prep. What is it that I got to do within the first 48 to 72 hours? It is very, very important, my friends, that we know what are the first steps that we take. A lot of times we bring people into our business. They're so emotional, they're so excited that they go and they start talking to everybody. So you want to make sure that you guide them the right way. You want to make sure that you prepare them. You want to make sure that they have success. So what are you going to be doing in the first 48 to 72 hours. We're also going to talk, what is it that you need to accomplish in your first 28 days? I talk to a lot of people every day with different companies, and they cannot believe that we have the type of bonuses that Nusarty pays us within our first 28 days. So you have a way on how to start a global business with a minimum investment, and you can make all of your money back plus a profit on your first 28 days. And we're going to show you how is it that you can do that. What is it that you got to do on your first and plus 90 days? Why is this so important again, event to event? So let's talk a little bit about the marathon. What is it that you got to do? If you don't see yourself building this within the next 2 years, a lot of people want to have a big victory within a couple of days or a couple of months. And I tell people, in order for you to have a big victory, you got to have a big battle. So you got to make sure any business, you got to give it time. You know, it's kind of funny when I hear people telling me, I'm looking for the best opportunity. Guess what? You already have it. It's in your hands. Give it time. Give it time to develop. Commit yourself to at least 2 years so that you can have success with this business. So what is it that you're going to do during the prep time? And we're going to be talking about what are the first things you're going to be doing. The first thing you want to do, and trust me, you do not want to go over any of the steps that we're going to be sharing with you tonight. You want to make sure within the first 48 hours you do a mentor meeting. You need to know, you need to know why people got involved with your business. What is it that they're looking to accomplish? You know, I remember one time I was doing a meeting, and I used to ask people, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And the gentleman got up in the middle of the meeting. He said, Onofre, I don't know where I'm going to be here on Friday, and why don't you talk about what we can do right now? And that's one thing that you need to know, because a lot of times we're talking about getting financial freedom and getting all these good things in life, but we need to take a moment and we need to talk to our people to see exactly where they're in life. And I ask people, what is it that you don't want in life anymore? Maybe you don't want to be worried about how you're going to pay your mortgage. You don't want to be worried about how you're going to pay your credit cards. You don't want to be worried about how you're going to pay your kids' tuition. You don't want to be worried about what are you going to do when you get to retirement. So we're going to be talking those things in the mentor meeting. How much is it that you need to make within your first week? But when you're talking to people, you want to make sure also that you create a list. It's very, very important that you create your list, because a lot of times we say, well, I got it in my mind. I know who I need to talk to. Trust me, the last thing you want is for you to go to a meeting and you see someone sitting in that room that you knew. It has happened. It has happened in some of the meetings that I've done. People that knew someone else, and they
or I finally got into the business. So if the gentleman today, and Lord knows if I wouldn't be here, a lot of other people on this call wouldn't be here either. Okay. I can hear you now.
All right. Awesome.
create this list, and you want to make sure, again, that you evaluate the list. And let me tell you why it's so important for you to evaluate your list with your prospect or with your new associate. The reason you want to do this and you want to evaluate your list, it's because a lot of times when I got involved in Userity 4 years ago, the person who got me involved told me, Onofre, you're a number 5. You got to put everybody on your list that you know, and you want to make sure that you put everybody that's a 5 or under a 5 in one list. You want to make sure that everybody that's a 6, a 7, or 8, a 9, or a 10, you put her on the other list. And he told me you want to call everybody that's a 5 and below, and do not call the people that are 6 and above. And you know what? They got me set up to failure. Why? Because a lot of the people that were a 5 or that were under a 5, the first thing they told me, they were like, well, I don't have the money. I really want to do the business, but I don't have the time. So you want to make sure that you evaluate that list with your new associate, and you want to show them that this is something that works. And you want to make sure you start working with your hot market. I talk to so many people every day, and they're all talking about buying a list of names. They're all talking about putting this on TV, putting it on the radio. Trust me, people, this industry has been around for many, many years. And the system that we're sharing with you is proven. It's proven that will give you what you're looking for. But we got to follow it. So you want to make sure you put everybody on the list, and now you want to make sure you take action. You want to make phone calls. You want to show people that the system works. I had a girl in Houston, Texas. Her name is Sandra. And we got together. We did the mentor meeting. We did the list of names. And we started calling her people. And she made about 5 calls, and nobody answered. And she said, Onofre, nobody's home. You know, maybe it's not a good time to call. And I said, well, hold on. You give it a little time. Let's see what happens. And if I wouldn't have been there with her, and I would have walked away, or I just wouldn't have shown up, she would have just hung up the phone, and she would walk away thinking it doesn't work. Within minutes, she started getting calls. Hey, Sandra, what's going on? You called me. I missed your call. I'm sorry. And we kept it very simple. So you want to make sure that you're there with your people. At least when they're starting, you want to show them that this works. You want to make a couple phone calls with them, and you want to make sure, again, that this is something that they're going to be successful with. You want to make sure also that you evaluate how they came in. A lot of people say, I want to join in with a 2-pack. And let me tell you the reason that people want to join with a 2-pack. One of the reasons they join with that is because they didn't see the opportunity. They didn't really see the value of joining with the best package that we got, which is a 16 bottle, and they didn't see it. That's why they told you, I want to join with a smaller pack. So you want to make sure that you show them, number one, they buy the pack one time, they want auto ship, and they qualify for all different ways that Userity compensates us. So you want to make sure that you show them why it's a great opportunity for them to go with the bigger pack. Now, when you do your mentor meeting and you have your list, you got to determine if you're going to be presenting with the product or you're going to be presenting with the opportunity. And you can call people and just tell them, hey, guess what? I need your help. I started a new company with an amazing product. I love it. I love it. I want you to try our product. I know you're going to like it. I'm looking for 16 customers in 2 weeks. There's a huge bonus for me, and I want you to try this only one time. Can I count on you? And remember, the people that you're calling is people that know you, and it's people that love you. And you want to make sure that you share this with them. You want to make sure that you ask for help. Now, my favorite, the way that I present this, I call people and I say, look, I found a way that we can make an additional $2,000 per month, and I want to know if you're open to an opportunity. I don't know if you're looking for one, but if you are, this is something that you do not want to let go by. Let me share some information. I want you to see what I saw, and I want you to hear what I heard so that you can make the right decision of what this is. Can I send you the information? Keep it simple. There's no need to explain how all of this works and the compensation plan and, you know, how the all the technology behind the product. Use the tools. Send them to your website. Show the videos. Who better than Lanny Mechanic to share that video that shows how the product works? So you want to make sure, again, that you do your list and you determine what's the best way that you're going to present. Now, you want to evaluate, again, the inventory, take them to the 16-pack, and make sure that they understand why. It's a great opportunity for them. It's a win-win. You get to place your 16 bottles. You could sell it to them for one time for $70 as a preferred customer. You sell 16 bottles times $70, that's $11.20 that you'll be making. You're going to get the greatest results for moving the product. You'll have a powerful, empowering story, and then you'll be in the duplication mode. So you want to make sure that you shoot for superstar. Now, you're going to go with your warm market. You want to find 2 that do exactly what you did. And again, keep one thing in mind, people, and this is a big mistake that I did for many, many years. I took the opportunity to people that I knew they needed the opportunity. They knew they needed the opportunity, but guess what? They didn't want it. And one thing that I have learned over the years is that the opportunity is for the people that want it, people that are looking for that opportunity. So make sure that when you're talking to them, you ask them, are you looking for an opportunity? So make sure you shoot for superstar. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the sprint part. What is it that you need to do within your first 28 days of qualification? So this is what you do. Keep it very, very simple. You join, you enroll, you activate your position, you get a 16-pack, and you look for 2 people that do exactly what you do. Now, you could go and you're going to get $100 for each one of those. So that means you made $200. You could go and you could bring another person with a 16-pack, but you says, whoa, hold on for just a minute. Instead of you going and getting another 2 people with a 16-pack, why don't you help those 2 get their 2? You're going to get $150 to bring them within your first 28 days, and then you help those 2 bring their 2. Now you show them that they can make money. Now they make the $350, and you made $750 because Mr. gives you another $400. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that people out there, they want to make money the fast way. This is the best way you want to get started. I remember one time when I did a mentor meeting for a lady in Mexico, and when she signed up with a 2-pack. And this is another reason why you want to do your mentor meetings, was because when she signed up with 2-packs. And when I explained this to her, she was so excited. She moved everything to a 16-pack. Everybody came in with a 16-pack. But you know what? That's not it. You still get other bonuses. When you bring someone into the company and it comes in with a 16-pack, you're going to get 400 points. And guess what? What I love about this business and what I love about this compensation plan is that no matter who brought that person, as long as it's on your organization, you're going to make points on everything that sells under you. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if one bottle sells from someone that you don't even know, and you're going to be getting points? And what are the points? The points turn into money. So in this example that we're sharing here with you, if you brought 3 people on each side, 2 people on each side, and they brought their 2, you accumulated a total of 1,200 points. What that means, every time that you accumulate 250 points on your left, 250 points on your right, that's going to give you 4 cycles. That means you made another $120. So that's a total of $870 that you made within your first 4 weeks. But let me tell you one thing. Do not do it one time. Try to do this as many times as you can. You bring those 2, and then you could go and repeat this again, and you could still qualify this within your first 28 days. So can you believe it? The amount of money that you can make here, nobody puts a price to what you're worth. Nobody tells you how much you can make. You have 100% of that control, and you determine how much is it that you need to make this week. So go for it. Take advantage of what Nusretti has put on the table for us. So remember, every time that somebody joins, whether you brought it in or not, if they're under your position, you will be making points and you will be making money. Now, become a silver associate as soon as you can. Duplicate silvers. If you can understand how to become a silver, guess what? You understood how to become a diamond when you started. Because once you become a silver, you understand the plan and you understood the duplication system. And what I love about this part here is you become a silver, that means you get 25% match or whatever your personal people you brought into your business, it's going to be making. So Nusretti has 10 different ways on how we get compensated. Tonight we're covering just a few. I suggest that you talk to the people that brought you into the company, and if they're just new, that they just started, get someone else on your upline so that they can explain this to you. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Do not wait. Do not become paralyzed while you're analyzing this. Just take advantage, engage, and start talking to people. There's a saying that I love that says it's better ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice. And a lot of people take a lot of time analyzing everything. Don't. Trust me, it works. Trust me, you can be very, very successful. It's proven that you can be very successful. And again, while you're on your race, you want to make sure that you are building event to event. You want to make sure that you bring your people to those events. I've been in every event that Nusretti has made And it's amazing how I see people coming into those events and how I see them leave. I love standing on the door on the back of the rooms because I see how people are acting different. They're a different person. Their life changes. You want to make sure they're there because you want to make sure they get recognized. You want to make sure they're on stage. You want to make sure they get to talk to the people that are really being successful with this company because they will give you information that will teach you how to build your business. And there are people just like you, like myself, that did it, that started at a certain point, and they're becoming successful. Why? Because they follow the system. Build power stars, and again, become a silver as soon as you can and have them on stage. It's amazing how people go through life and they never get recognized for anything. And when you have them in this event and they get recognized, it changes their lives. So you want to make sure they're there. You want to make sure that you get them there. Become a mentor. Teach others to do exactly what you did. Duplication is magical. It builds momentum and it creates synergy. You want to make sure that when you get people involved with your business, one thing that I love about our compensation plan is if you teach other people, your success is guaranteed. So duplicate it. Teach other people. Become a mentor. Help them out. We get compensated for doing so. Do not leave anybody behind. Give them a hand. There's people that are going to get started. They're excited. They just don't know how to do it. Direct them to these calls. Direct them to the webinars. You want to make sure they're part of all this that's going on with Ucerity, all the growth that's happening, because trust me, it's been amazing the last 4 years. And I'm going to give some keys on how to build your business. Try not to make this mistake. I did it for many, many years. I tried to do everything myself. I started teaching people. I thought I was doing a great job. That's not my job. I don't get paid for training. I get paid for guiding people, sending them to the webinars, helping people do the presentation, selling a product, signing someone up. So you want to make sure that you use others to present until you get your own experience. Do not go out there and you start presenting. And a lot of times we make the mistake that we talk too much and we lose our prospects. So make sure that you have someone else who has been experienced. And like I said, look up your upline and make sure somebody can help you. Once you get your own experience, devour every opportunity to hear or see a presentation. Everybody has a different way on how to present. And you might hear something from a presenter that you didn't know that's going to make the difference when you're presenting to your prospect. So make sure that if you're 4, 5, 6 hours, I had a lady that flew from San Diego to Mexico because she wanted to learn our business. So make sure that you are on every opportunity and hear and see every presentation. As soon as it's possible for you, become a presenting machine. You know, everybody in Mexico wanted to know why Canadians were being so successful. What were they doing? Did they have a different compensation plan? Did they have a different product? What was it? And what it was is that they became presenting machines. And that's something that I admire from them because that's what they did. They became presenting machines and they started getting absolute freedom. So as soon as you can, become a presenter, start sharing the opportunity with everybody you know, and never, never prejudge. Remember, Ucerity, it's a great opportunity. Make enough money that matters and change some lives along your way. But until you know that this is a great opportunity, until you see farther than what your eyes see, and you know that this is a great opportunity, it will be a great opportunity for yourself. So make sure that you see that and take advantage of it and change some lives. Remember, people, we're going to be having another call at 9 p.m. I want to thank everybody for being here with us tonight. And again, I will hear you guys at 9 p.m. where we're going to have our recognition call. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Thanks, Onofre. Great job.